All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the game week or round 33, no, 32 show, Game Day Squad show, brought to you by the Game Day Society. Wow, I've been out of touch in those few weeks we've had off. I am Mark, and as always, I am joined by Zonald. How you going, Zonald?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Seems like you've been pretty busy with a lot of non-game day squad stuff going on, so. It's always nice to catch up and just chat a bit of game day squad and not worry about anything else.
Yeah.
But thinking back all those weeks ago, because we had the international break, obviously, over the last few weeks and Easter and all that stuff. Do you remember how you went? It was forever ago.
Yeah. I think we both went pretty well. I think I was eighth for Classic and maybe seventh for Champ.
Yeah, nice.
So pretty decent week.
Yeah, I had a really good week. I was third in Champ, third in Classic, and not too bad in Challenger, I think. Oh no, like in the 20s. So I mean, still great, but like that was I think my go rogue kind of squad Challenger. So
Yeah,
I think
same with
that my
me.
conventional picks probably did a bit better last week. Uh, but because we both did pretty good in Classic, it means we both cruised through the first tie in the round robin cup comp we got going on at the moment, uh, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm very excited. The only problem is I'm so out of touch with all these weeks off that I don't really know who I'm picking this week. So I'm very hopeful that you have it all sorted and you can just tell me what
Oh,
you do.
I have it all. My little app I've got here in the background has it sorted for me.
Now, what is that? The Zonator 5000. Tell me about it. What have you done? You've obviously
Yeah,
been
so
bored
it's
in
good.
this 3 weeks off, so you just.
Yeah, and the painful thing is I started it like the day after last round ended.
Yeah.
So it's given me a lot of time to work on it and make adjustments, but I've also wanted to use it for quite a while now. So
Yeah.
we're
Nice.
finally at the point where I can start playing around with it.
Very exciting. What is it? First of all, tell us about it.
So it does a heap of stuff. It pretty much I built it to do what I was doing week to week, automated for me.
Yep.
Um, I'd like a football stage live that I was on a few weeks ago, and I was just showing people my method of how I like preview each round, which rolled around looking at previous games between teams, the results of those, who did well, checking out like goals conceded stats from each team and how they concede goals, how they score goals, along with checking the injury list for teams, predicted lineups, and then going from there. So
Yep.
this essentially does all that for me. Plus, it predicts points based on a bunch of data I've loaded into it.
Man, that's so cool.
Mm.
Like we're gonna try using this as like the slideshow kind of setup that we were doing with the other episodes to kind of just give
Mm.
us a bit to think through. Like I said at the start, I haven't thought about um my lineup yet. So I guess you mentioned that you put in like predictions, lineups, things like that.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? How do you want to do this? Shall we go just through the positions, or do you want to show us the layout of it? This is sick.
um, well, probably a good place to start is just in the round predictor hub at the moment, which like sort of houses at the moment it's only got these two rounds loaded 32, 33, but it'll add the remainder soon. um and these are more after we look at the rest of the stuff, but like you can put in AI predicted score lines, and expert of a website I use predicted score lines, my predicted score lines and goal scorers and assisters. Then you can
Mhm.
remove that sort of stuff. But after you do that, or you can manually enter it too, you can calculate bonus points and it'll add them on. So things like goals, clean sheets, assists, all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
So we can start there. We can also sort here by position, so we can look through like who's predicted for each spot to do well. Predicted there. We'll add bonus once we add the bonuses on. We
Mhm.
can sort by team by just like typing in each team.
Oh, mate, you have used your time off well here. for someone who's
And we can
already
also
like
do available.
dominating. God.
This is a cool feature as well that I added where it's like, so I preload the injury list and suspension list. So it'll tell us who's suspended. We'll go
Hmm.
all these cut players currently, injured players. So people that aren't like even tests for this week,
Hmm.
doubtful. And then we've
Yep.
just got the available players, which we can
So
sort by.
cool. So cool.
Um, but yeah, so we could go through the positions there, but we could also go through a couple of the fixtures, or at least look at a few and put in some of our thoughts,
Yeah.
whichever way we want to go about it.
I reckon let's go through the fixtures quickly. Just have a quick
Yeah,
chat about each one, and then after that, maybe see what it spits out.
yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
We'll
Sounds good.
go with the first one. We'll look at sort of what the data that I have for one is, and then we'll sort of just skim past the remaining. But
Yeah.
so at the top here, I've got the top goal scorers and assisters in these fixtures from the past 5 times the teams have met in the Premier League. So a
Hmm.
couple of things that automatically stand out. Declan Rice has scored 4 goals against Bournemouth the last 5 times they've met in the Premier League.
Huge.
So probably someone you want to look at that has been relevant the whole season, but maybe a bit less so recently.
Hmm.
Um, Helen's there. Bruno Fernandez is there with 4. He's probably like we pick him most weeks anyway. So as well as that, we come to the first fixtures: West Ham and Wolves.
Hmm.
So to show their record for home, so 17th home team, that's their record this year in the Premier League. They're plus minus goal difference. Same with away for Wolves.
Hmm.
It's also got their records from the last 5 games and the goal scorers, the assists and brackets. Over here is it's like extra analytical stuff I do at the very end when I research.
Hmm.
So I go to a site called Who's Scored usually, and I check how teams concede, how teams score their goals, and I've got it sorted to just indicate here when set pieces, like what the set piece percentage is, because it helps with picking like extra backing in a defender, like a centre back. If the set
Hmm.
pieces are high for one team and super high against for the other team, you might look at someone like, so they are here, super high, decent against for West Ham. You might start looking at some of their biggest centre backs.
Hmm.
Since it's Wolves, though, they're probably going to concede. It's better to use in like a game where you think there's a chance of a clean sheet.
Yeah. Cool.
Um, Starting lineups, I've preloaded lists based on RotoWire of what the predicted lineups they have are, and then it loads them up here.
Hmm.
From here, you can then, if you think someone's going to score, this is where the bonus system comes into it. You could go goal, you can go assist. Does only go up to 3 on each at the moment, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort
Okay.
of like you're not really going to predict above that. Um, but yeah, so as the first fixture, both
Hmm.
teams pretty horrible. Like them at West Ham at home, Wolves away. Uh, Mane scored last time. He's been up and about. Bueno got an assist, so he might be someone to
Hmm.
look at in a game that could be quite low scoring with these two teams trying for
Yep.
survival. Bowen pops up a fair bit, so he's probably someone to look at. Paqueta no longer in the league. Kudus at
Yep.
Spurs now.
Hmm.
What I'm noticing is with the Wolves home games in this fixtures, they tend to win them. West Ham have been
Hmm.
winning their home ones, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's something like a 2-1 here. Wolves have been pretty decent lately, so they're probably going to get on the score sheet. So
Yep.
we can import that. I would maybe we chuck like an assist to Bowen just because I
Hmm.
could see him getting something out of this. Nobody else I'm really confident in, like same for sure. They're probably going to get something.
Yep.
But we also don't have to add that. It's just
Nah, that's cool.
yeah. So that's how each each game works. So you can
Hmm.
all the stuff I was doing beforehand is now just all in the one place, and I can just look and go through it all at once.
Hmm.
With this
Sweet.
fixture, Arsenal clear best home team.
Hmm.
Bournemouth are away strugglers. So,
Hmm.
and in this fixture, like recently, they've been pretty good. They've scored goals against Arsenal.
Hmm.
In fact, like the last 3 have been pretty decent for them. But then down here, I'm worried we might get something like this with
Yep.
how Arsenal have been this season and the loss of a few key players here.
Hmm.
Interesting thing is that Saka is no longer predicted to start. He's had a bit of an
Mm-hmm.
injury issue, albeit it might have just been to get him out of England duties.
Yep.
But based on the previous times they've played, like we could do like Arsenal pretty defensive this year, and Bournemouth have been pretty good at like not conceding but also not scoring lately. So maybe it's like a 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Declan Rice's form in the fixture, maybe we chuck something like that on him.
Yep.
And we're at
Sweet.
Brentford and Everton. Jump on in whenever you want as well.
No,
Like
this is,
your
I mean,
opinion
I'm
on
literally
this.
just taking this in. I think, well, I mean, Brentford at home. I think we know who we like for goal scorers here, don't we?
Yeah. And like last time I reviewed this fixture in the year when this happened,
Mm.
this that I reviewed sort of pointed me in the direction of, oh, it's going to be low scoring. I'm not going to bother with Thiago, especially because it's away. And then
Mm-hmm.
Thiago scored a hat trick. And I think a lot of people did have him that round.
Yep.
So it's like, are they going to do it again to them, especially now they're at home? So we could see
Mm-hmm.
something like a 2-0. Everton have been struggling to score, albeit Everton are a good away team this
Yep.
season.
Yep.
Brentford, obviously, a good home team.
Yeah. So it's going to be maybe
Yeah, so
a lockout kind of
maybe we get
game.
something like that.
Yep.
Um, and like we could chuck Thiago on for one just because he scored a hat trick last time against them.
Yeah. Nice.
Um, Burnley. So we'll probably just we'll breeze through these. We'll get back to
Yeah.
looking at the players after we
Well, do
add
you
the
want to
bonus point
just
sort of thing.
maybe we can just set it to? Did you say you've got your
Yeah,
pre-predicted? Do you want to, if we
yeah,
set it to
and these
that,
are
just have a
for sure. Yeah, these are from a few weeks ago, so I'll probably alter things before I actually make my teams this week. But for
yeah.
now, I'll probably just do mine. So predicted scorelines, goal scorers, assisters, and then I
Mm-hmm.
press calculate bonus. It does show you down here everything it's adding 4 bonus points to people. Um,
Yep.
all there. We can scroll back up though,
Yeah. Nice.
and
Cool.
then we can go across to players,
Start
and we
some
can start with
goalkeepers.
keepers.
Nice. So, I guess prior to all that, like which matchups are you liking for the keepers, regardless of your the Zonator?
um, well, I on my first look, I actually didn't think there was going to be too many clean sheets.
Hmm.
So I could see Brentford keeping one because Everton are quite like defensive and they did struggle last time they played them.
Hmm.
Um, we could see Brighton keeping one. Burnley at home though tend to like pop up every now and again with one, so I wouldn't be super confident on that one. Um, I'm not confident at all on Liverpool keeping one with Fulham. Like they're one of our
Yep.
bogey teams, so I
Yep. And
wouldn't be doing
be
that.
a yeah. You don't have Allison in there either, do you?
Yeah. So that's another painful thing. We could get one in the Sunderland Spurs game because it's at Sunderland.
Hmm.
And then maybe like Villa against Forest. Those
Yep.
are ones I could see
Yeah.
being clean sheets.
So maybe like Martinez probably. Well, I guess
Yeah,
based on this, yeah, is this sorted by prediction? Like Dubravka at
yeah.
the
I could
top?
sort of
Yeah.
buy bonus points as well. So
Oh,
this will bring it up after I've used my
with
predictions for that thing.
yep.
Now I'm pretty sure Martinez is predicted not to start. Let's
Okay.
have a look. Another handy feature of the thing, so we can just search Martinez. Now he is predicted to start, so where is he? So he's not popping up right now here
Hmm.
because he's probably listed
Listed
in
as a there you
doubtful.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yep.
can make it do it so it has doubtful players in there too.
Oh,
But
that's
so he
yeah.
should play.
Yep.
19.04 right here with the bonus is predicted for. So clean sheet, I've got him in there currently as.
Yep.
He
Nice.
should play. Most of these doubtful players are just they're listed on the injury list as probably likely returns this round. So
Hmm. Yeah, nice. I think Martinez is probably my first lock keeper this week, just purely
yeah,
because I think he's probably one of the few go-to keepers we normally pick who has a
yeah,
decent fixture. The second keeper is going to be interesting though. Um,
Yeah.
I said I haven't picked my team. I have had a little play around. Um, and I'm thinking like a Petrovic could be an interesting pick this week. Oh,
Yeah. Petrovic is, where is he? He's fairly high up here as well.
mm,
Like even with I had Arsenal scoring two in this version of it that I did earlier a couple of weeks ago. Still
yep.
getting eight after those negative bonus
Mm,
kick in. So not too bad, even if they did concede to Arsenal.
hmm Yeah, I just think without, there's quite a few injuries through that side. Um,
Mm.
and I can just like this is just one of those gut feeling moments, but I can see Arsenal starting to crumble and
Yeah,
just
under the
knocked out of the
pressure of
cup.
City.
Yeah, it's I think this could be one where they put a lot of shots away and maybe struggle to score. So like
Mm.
they'll probably still win, but I think it will be a lot of opportunities for Petrovic to get involved and make some saves.
For
So
sure.
I don't mind that. Who are you looking at as your, I guess, first and second?
Well, Dubravka's a bit of an interesting one because they're probably going to concede still to Brighton, but he's
Hmm
probably going to get a lot of chances, so he could get something like this, something a bit more.
Yep.
Kelleher, in this version, I had him getting a clean sheet, so something like this, I wouldn't be surprised by if they do keep it clean against Everton. So
hmm
it might end up being like Martinez and Kelleher for me. Royf's been, I think, doubtful for this game. I could see him not conceding two here like I've predicted, especially with him back. Maybe if Ballard and
hmm
Malia are back, and maybe this
hmm
turns into like an 18.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about the Tottenham game. Like new manager, attacking manager,
Hmm.
like it feels like this could be like a pivot point for Tottenham. And like it's probably not a bad game for them to like try out a hyper aggressive kind of game, the way
Yeah.
that Sunderland are probably going to sit. So I think there's going to be a lot of probably opportunities for Tottenham, just whether they can
Hmm.
actually convert it. So yeah, Royce is probably a good shout here if he starts. That is.
Yeah. If he does end up making the game. Pope's listed here. They have Palace. Palace are always a hard team to read now with
Hmm
loss of all their players. Like Donnarumma's down here. Playing Chelsea, so he's probably going to get some chances against, but they're probably going to concede, I'd imagine.
Will Pope actually
But
play? Do you reckon?
yeah, that's the thing. It might be Ramsdale instead. He's, who have they got predicted in the lineup
Uh,
here?
I think they've got Ramsdale at the moment, but that just always is a guess. I
Yeah,
feel.
they do. Ramsdale. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Both capable keepers. So
Mm,
yeah, feel like the keeper options are very limited in terms of because there's probably going to be minimal clean sheets to like maybe these three here and like down here as well.
hmm
Petrovic, Rose. These guys are only appearing because we've currently got the all availability filter on.
Yep. No, nice. Well, I guess that's in some ways good because there's going to be a lot of variation in keepers. So it'll make
Yeah.
it interesting at least. Let's check out the defenders then. This is the area I really struggled with this week. Um, it felt like I struggled more with my defense this week than most weeks. And I don't know if
Yeah,
that was to do with the matchups or if it was just a out of form kind of thing.
for sure. Well, right now, this is sort of, it might be a good thing for us to just have a look at total points for a sec. This is
Mm-hmm.
without clean sheets and stuff added on, so we get a good read of who the defenders in general are going to be good for scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can sort of like apply clean sheets there or go back to here. At the moment, I've got the Brentford clean, the Aston Villa clean, so that's why
Yeah.
these guys are particularly high.
Mm-hmm.
But like Takaski's there.
Yeah.
They could do like all right against Brentford, albeit they conceded four last time. And like he's
Mm-hmm.
always good for a big score regardless.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Neko's there. Neko, one of the main reasons, if you played him as well, that our
Yeah.
scores probably shot up at the end there last round.
Yeah. Was it 53 points? I think my diamond scored, which is absolutely
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
insane.
Is he, what do you think this
Gabriel,
week? like as in up against Aston Villa. Obviously, he's not a defensive defender, so it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's more, I guess, the goals conceded still count against him. Like Villa
Yeah.
probably not been as good as like attackingly as they were like in that kind of not very start of the season, but early on. So like I don't know. What do you reckon? Sorry about that. We'll jump back in. So I think I was just asking you about your thoughts on Aston Villa and I guess their form, how they've been going, how you think they would go against, I guess, a unpredictable Forest team, I'd say. What have you got here in the matchup? Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah. I the thing with Aston Villa like lately, because of all their like injuries to their playmakers, they've been struggling to score goals like they're at the start of the year. So
Hmm.
I actually don't think Williams will be too bad. I still see Villa scoring, but it could definitely be a nil all.
Hmm.
Aston Villa have sort of like been beating them there at home, but Forest have been winning the Forest home games against them.
Hmm.
Definitely could change, but like, I could definitely see this being like a nil all or like a 1-1, very low
Yeah.
scoring game because they've been struggling. And like Buendia and McGinn's back, Tillemans is expected to be back, so that's pretty big for them. They're
Hmm.
still missing Kamara, who was like playmaking really well in that period where they were like gunning at home.
Hmm.
I've also got set piece likely highlighted here. So Forest are above like a certain percent. Um, this only pops up when they're above a certain percent to concede or have conceded from set piece goals, and then
Hmm.
Villa have it 4, which means that we could potentially see something like a Consa or Torres
Medicare,
isn't like yeah renowned in the air. Maybe a Cash. Yeah, Cash is good because I think he still
the
takes the
corners,
set
isn't?
pieces.
Is he on
Yeah,
corners as well? Or I don't
I
know.
think so from one side at least. Tillemans
Yeah.
does like take some of the set pieces too now at his back, so it could change. But it could mean that like one of these two are good players. Occasionally
Hmm.
Rogers takes pens. Um, but yeah, even like Consa. Problem with Consa is he doesn't score great outside of like cleans and goals. So
Hmm. Yeah, cool.
but yeah, so like given their recent struggles, Tillemans will help that, albeit his first game back. I can still
Hmm.
definitely see like Williams stacks points anyway, so doesn't really need the clean.
Yep. No, nice. I mean, like I can't drop him after what he did for me last week. It feels a bit rude.
Mm,
So
yeah,
he's in. Uh but yeah, who I mean, Gabriel's probably a lock. I mean, it's such a long period of just trying to keep up to date with news. Was there a patch there where he was maybe injured or a concern? Or am
I
I
think
just
that
making
was
that up?
recent too.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it hasn't popped up more because I think it was in their Champions League game or Cup
Yeah.
game, one of the two. Cup game,
Yeah.
and he got subbed off for Saliba and it was to do with an injury.
So where were we? We're talking about Arsenal and just Gabriel injury in the cup, how we can't really be sure what's going to happen. I think we have to
Yeah,
start him, though, don't we?
yeah, I think he's predicted to start, and like we said, Bournemouth have been struggling with goals lately, so him and Saliba there.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, everyone's probably gonna flock to him now since he's like listed to start. Um, so like, it's an easy pick just to go with everyone else and not fall behind if he does do well.
Yeah, and Arsenal can't afford to drop points, so I don't think they would
Yeah,
be, resting him if they could get away with playing him. So, like, I'll start him, and I think you can kind of rely on the majority will start him, so there's not as much of a risk if it kind of
yeah.
results in a not a full game. All right, who else stands out for you this week? I guess we've talked about like maybe the more conventional picks we pick every week. Who's one of your like rogue picks?
Just looking like down the list, let's sort by the bonus again because that's pretty close to what I thought was going to happen. Maybe one of the Brentford guys because they are like a chance of a clean sheet. So I know
Mhm.
Kyoto's probably going to be popular regardless because he has been recently. But even like Vandenberg, like Collins is there too, but Collins has been getting bench like time here or there, and not like
Mhm.
starting every game. Like Ballard if he's back,
Yep.
he's always pretty good. Tottenham not bad from set pieces. Like we can check that out. Thing with the
Mhm.
Tottenham one that I have, it's the only game where I haven't updated the predicted start lineup. So like Vicario is there, even though he's gone in for surgery, so he's out for
Mhm.
probably the season.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Ballard's and then Malu looks like he's back. Forrest is as well. Like they're going to be solid at home, and it's actually the opposite way. It's showing that like Tottenham are likely for the set piece goal against Sunderland's
Mhm.
defense. Wouldn't
Yep.
surprise me if that's like recency bias with a couple of these that been out recently.
Yep.
Um, it does make me a bit more confident though if they're all going to be back starting in like a Ballard or a Melia to do well.
Mhm. Yeah. I think one who I'm going to be playing as a bit of a roughie is Porro. Um,
Yeah,
just because I like him coming into a side with an attacking manager. Because from
yeah,
memory, he did pretty good under Ange, and it would kind of be like dropping back to that kind of, I guess, muscle memory almost. So I I think he will do well out of the change up. Um, in saying that, it's still a
yeah,
massive punt putting a Tottenham player in your team, but they're a quality side who are trying to get out of relegation. So I think I don't know, it's I feel like they should be able to get out, but they've made some bad decisions and they've had a lot of bad luck. So
Hmm. The thing is as well, like if this is anything to go by, he takes the set pieces, so it's usually a
mhm,
him and Romero combination if they score them. So
yeah,
definitely something to look at when like Sunderland are probably not going to score more than like what 2 goals.
mhm, yeah. So look, it could be a. I'm not going to. I'm going to back myself on that. I think that was a pick I had early, so I need to trust my gut there. And Hugo Bueno as well. You mentioned he'd been on the goals, I think, in the previous fixtures they'd had. Um,
Yeah. Yes, he scored an assist early this season against them. So
assist, yeah. So it could be like a another option there in maybe a tighter game, but then I guess if we're considering 2 goals against, might be a tough one. But
hmm.
that's probably most of the defenders. Like City defenders, maybe not super keen on against Chelsea. Like they're not
Yeah,
a
like
yeah.
the thing. So Enzo's suspended, banned by the coach for some
Yeah,
comments he made. Um,
pretty funny,
so that
really.
makes him a bit like yeah, makes him a bit less of a yeah worry that they might score. It's just
Mhm.
City on the counter do tend to do it, and someone like João Pedro is probably going to hit them with one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but let's jump into the
we could probably
midfielders then, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I guess first talking point is that Enzo's out for I think it was 2 games they've banned him for. Is that right? For his comments
yeah.
on
One of those was the cup though, so he's served one game, and it'll be this City game where he's banned for the league.
yeah, that's just crazy to me that like it's not really because for those who don't know, I think he was banned for comments he made about the club and about the sacking of the previous manager and I think talks with Madrid as well and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
his desire to join Madrid,
Hmm.
which then I'm surprised. And he like the manager when he talked about Enzo getting suspended internally. Uh, he did sort of touch on Cucurella too, but didn't mention Cucurella getting banned because Cucurella pretty much did the same thing. He
Hmm.
also had comments about like the previous regime, and he said, "Oh, if Barcelona came back and wanted me again, it'd be hard to turn them down."
Hmm.
So I don't know why he didn't get banned too.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's a bit something's else is going on behind the snes that it's
Yeah,
because I like to give you. one of your best players a ban in a time where you're not even locked into Europe, are they, at this point?
Yeah, it's a struggle for that fourth spot because it's
Mm,
like there's so many teams vying for it. I feel like Villa's currently got the
mm.
spot. Yeah, they do. They're fourth and decent, like 5 points ahead of Liverpool and 6 points ahead of Chelsea.
Yeah. So will they even make Europa then? Like, there's a
Yeah,
chance that they could not make Europa because I think Brighton are kind of hovering around there as well, aren't they? So
same with
it's
Brentford and Everton.
mm,
Fulham are there too.
so
So the
it's
thing is, I'm pretty sure there'll be a fifth Premier League spot in the Champions League. So to
mm,
be top five, so they're vying against Liverpool right now.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, could be a struggle.
yeah. So we'll gloss over Bruno Fernandes. He's a lock. Like great form, great. I think recent form. He was up there with 4 goals. I think he had in the last five for him. And he's just world, you know, career best form almost. I'd say at the moment, which is you know perfect for us when we need those midfielders to be consistent. Um,
Yeah,
Second player there is someone who's kind of gone under the radar a fair bit, but I really like that. Um, Pascal Gross. Um, Against Burnley, great opportunities for those like kind of forward, I guess, movements attacking players. So that's I think I just don't have the right cards to play him is my problem. But if you do have him, I think he's a great shout.
yeah. He's
Um,
been very consistent. Like this person as well, Anderson, him and Anderson.
yeah, I think Anderson's just a pretty standard player as well. One of those guys where you don't even really need to look at who they're playing against. Um, so yeah, another great option. And then yeah, Declan Rice is the one who I didn't realize how good his form in the fixture was. And then also like, was he a injury concern or doubt as well? Did he drop out of
I
England duties or?
I think he did, but his was like the least like concerning of
Yeah,
anything.
so a little bit
He's
sus, really.
predicted to start. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think he'll be alright. But like with his record, sort of have to like what's their things on set piece concede? Yeah, so conceding set pieces not too high, 29. He tends to
Hmm.
take the set pieces. So
Yeah. I think he's a probably a lock this week too. The one I don't mind moving down a bit further there is yeah, the one you've got there, Mateus Fernandez, um, against Wolves.
yeah,
If we're looking at them getting goals, I think that he could be involved here. Because he loves a shot, doesn't he? So it is Fernandez that loves a shot, isn't it? That I'm thinking of.
yeah. He's one of those creative types that will take it on. So
Hmm.
he's a bit lesser version of what these two do,
Hmm.
but he does score consistently well.
Yeah, cool. And then yeah, Kudus is a chance to come back this week, which is kind of exciting. But
Yeah,
is it? I don't think we can risk starting it this week just because,
yeah.
yeah,
Especially
the
with
doubt
Sunderland at
there.
home, it's like they're going to be pretty defensive.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and like Bruno Guimaraes as well. He's a doubt, but might return against Palace. Um,
Hmm.
and like he's got decent form against Palace. I believe he had like an assist previously or a goal. So every chance I had him here as a bonus being added on for an assist. So he'll be one to look at to play. Lots of
And
return plays. Tillman's there as well.
yeah, like there's midfield's the area where there's quite a lot of options this week because there's been
Mm.
Szoboszlai as well. Always a good option, I think. I don't know. You're worried about Fulham fixture. That's interesting. As a Liverpool fan, I trust you on that. But
Yeah, they always seem to be a bogey team. So like it'll be high scoring, I reckon. Both sides will score goals. Wilson's
yeah,
got a good
okay.
record in the game against us as a former player.
Yeah, cool.
He's a doubt
Nice.
though.
All right. Is there anyone else? I guess the City midfield is where we kind of, it's so hard to pick them. Like, um,
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, in and out, like
mhm,
Foden, you just can't really trust at the moment because of all the attack plays that are going well. Cherky
Hmm.
as well, even though he does score really well when he plays.
Hmm.
And like Nico O'Reilly's a mid, and he has been playing as a mid. But yeah,
And then I guess the last one is Cole Palmer as well, but he's in that same matchup against City where it's probably not when there are better options this week in the midfield, probably not one to look to.
yeah, struggle for attacking chances. Although on the counter, maybe he'll be useful. So
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, that kind of covers most of the mids anyway. It's going to be very open selections this week. There's going to be so many variations in everyone's team, which I'm pretty keen on. But
for
yeah,
sure.
forward line. This is where the points are, and this is um, gonna be. I don't know. Like I had maybe four that I was like pretty set on, so I'm almost comfortable with who I'm picking. But I'm interested to
Yeah,
hear who you're going for this week.
there's a variety of options because like just sorting without the bonuses that like Saka's here, but like he might not start now.
Hmm.
Um, I think if he like plays these, he's like average minutes. That's why it's under expected minutes. I just use averages, but if he plays thereabouts, it had him before any points on as second to Bruno Fernandes. So
Hmm.
it's just, and this is most weeks we get with Saka. Is he going to start? So um, I can see a lot of people playing him, and I could also see a lot of people being disappointed because of
Hmm.
like, yeah, they might not risk him, especially with Champions League still there.
Yeah.
Minte's interesting because he might not start. It's been weird with him since he got back from injury, just like being used sparingly. But it'd be a great game for him if he like was playing. Like Burnley, very targetable.
Hmm.
Um, Bowen, good history against Wolves. Um, West Ham at home against them, so I would sort of back him, and I think he's going to be in my team.
Yep.
Um, got Diallo here against Leeds. I feel like there will be goals in that Leeds United game. Um,
Hmm.
just feel like with Leeds overly attacking style and United sort of similar, yeah, we could be on for like a three goal, four goal
Yeah, like
each
a
way,
3-2 kind of
which
thing.
means
Yeah.
Matthias, yeah, it means
Mm.
Cunha's probably an option as well in that one.
Nice.
Doku's back, he's available.
Hmm.
Might not start, but yeah, he'll be a good one
Yep.
against Chelsea. Like I could see him terrorizing some of their defenders.
Hmm. Yep. And then I haven't seen Haaland. Is he on your list? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like base points are a little low for him, but like you're probably going to get a goal against, even though it's Chelsea. So if
Hmm.
we sort by this, we can see like probably a better indication of things. Thiago's there because of the Brentford home game, so
Yep.
he'll probably be in my lineup. Allen probably will. Bowen, and then it's
Hmm.
like I'm probably not going to risk Saka with him not being predicted to start. I'll look
Hmm.
at Doku, but he might not. And then
Hmm.
you got like Watkins against Forest,
Yeah.
Semenyo against Chelsea. That could be all right.
Yeah. I don't mind Gordon as well against Palace this week.
Yeah,
He's one that I
he's on
had.
this
Yeah.
pretty good base outside of the
Mm.
like goals, and that's based off 68 minutes because he's had some injury issues throughout the year. So like
Yeah.
that's probably going to be higher, and he's probably going to push up to more like 10.
Hmm. So yeah. But who I got? I've got. I have to start Haaland, which is
Mm.
kind of. I don't know if it's a great idea though against Chelsea. Like it's probably not going to be a high scoring game. So
Let's check the record for that game because where are we? So like goals recently, but then you get some like low scoring draws. Um,
mhm,
Haaland's been in the goals and like the assists fairly recently.
mhm,
So it wouldn't surprise me if he does against Chelsea. I feel like Chalobah listed here. Chalobah's out injured still,
mhm,
so like I don't trust this combination a heap. Even
mhm,
less so with no Reece James. Like Doku might be up against him there because he is predicted to start.
mhm.
Which yeah, that's very tempting. And then Semenyo on the other side against like Cucurella's a great defender, so that'll probably be a bit of a but yeah, like this doesn't look as good as it would if it had James and Chalobah in there.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, that's like I still think if I drop Haaland, Haaland will be in most sides, so it's a low risk move. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. So that probably covers the selections for the round. This is the last round before there's a bit of chaos with some double game weeks and then some double blank weeks. So it's going to be a few interesting decisions in the next few rounds. This is probably our last week for a while where we have like a genuine full slate or like a like a standard kind of selection table. So I'm gonna have to sit down tomorrow, I think, and just fully just do a full refresher on what the Premier League
Yeah.
is basically, and check my team, set my sides. But what we haven't done on the last few episodes, which I'm keen to do, is rip open some packs because it's been a while. Um, so was there anything else you wanted to share on the Zonator or?
We can quickly show the fun part, which is the whole build of the squad stuff. Yeah,
All
so
right.
we get to the fun part, which is
Yeah.
the building of the squads on here. So two things. First is the My Club section. For those of you who are members of GameDay Squad, each month you can get a club CSV sent through to you for all sports. With that CSV, this is set up so you can just upload that straight away, no changes to it, and it'll just take your football players and it'll sort them to the rarities. So like you can see my all stars here, my diamonds, that sort of stuff, and like
Mm-hmm.
your players, and then how many you've got of each of like those rarities too.
That's so
So it's
cool.
a good way to look through your club. And then on top of that, we come to the my squad section. So what you can do in here is you can go through any of your squads here. Has all the rules set up in it. There's a couple of different buttons you can go with. So you could start building that manually, which you could just pick a player from the players section, and you can just like add them in manually. We won't do that yet, but if you did, you could also just press fill rest of squad and fill the rest after you put a few players in. So if you had a few
Mm-hmm.
players you definitely wanted in your team, and then the rest you wanted based on the predictions, you could do that. Um, there's clear squad, optimize rarities. So if you put in a squad, select your rarities, you can press this and it'll then optimize it based off of the predictions.
Mm-hmm.
You do a no all stars lineup if you don't have any all stars to play in the eligible comps.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a best predicted lineup, which if you press it there, it'll show you the best possible one based off of the rarities and the predicted scores. Can
Cool.
do best club lineup. So it looks at that My Club tab and it picks your best lineup based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have access to. And then the last one, which is like super handy, is you can press build all teams. You can pick a priority order. It's got like you can't like mix and match certain
Mm-hmm.
comps with each other. So I prioritize classic first.
Mm-hmm.
Champions my second one I prioritize, and then challenger. I can press choose build method, and you can go like we said before, no all stars, best predicted, or best club, and then build, and then it builds it for you. So it won't like overlap plays in my club unless you have duplicates of those
Mm-hmm.
rarities. So then it builds this squad for me. And like, just say I thought Doku wasn't going to play, I could then go just remove him from the squad, add someone else in, and then I could
Mm-hmm.
again optimize rarities or yeah, just fill rest of my squad. Um,
So
but yeah, so this is what I'm sort of looking at. This will probably change a bit because I don't like the whole four Brentford players, three Villa
mm-hmm.
players.
Yeah.
Um, so probably give it a couple there. Probably keep Kyoto, probably keep Cash. They can go, and then I'll get someone else in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sweet. I'll talk you through. In fact, what we'll do is, unless you got any other cool features, as if this wasn't cool enough, but like this is, man, no wonder you're so good at this. We will jump onto my screen now, and I will show you the team that I built just in the boring old Game Day squad website. Nothing fancy like this. And then we'll rip open some packs because for some reason I thought we were out of all-star cards in EPL, but there's still some hanging about. So I'm feeling lucky because it's been a while. I've got this as my side. I've got some spicy picks in here. Um, number one, Richarlison. I just have this weird feeling that um, Tottenham are just going to come out and go like a 4-0 and they're just going to come back. So I think Richarlison will slot nicely into the new manager's system. I think Porro will slot in nicely. So I'm kind of backing those two in. Petrovic as well. And Pickford. They're two players that we didn't necessarily talk about too much, but this was prior to seeing the Zonator, so things may change. Uh, but yeah, it's gonna be. I don't like to be. I don't know if I like this side.
I think it's
Midfield. I'm
good.
like I like the midfield. I like most of the forwards, but there's probably some more conservative options I could have gone with. And I need to just kind of work out at what stage of the season I'm in, whether I need to be kind of playing it safe or kind of being a bit more aggressive. So that's going to be my full day tomorrow, just working that out. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. It feels weird. It feels like it's nothing like a side I'd pick most weeks, but I kind of like it.
Yeah,
So
it's a good
yeah,
round for it.
nice. All right, let's rip some packs here. Um, what we'll do is I've got the three. We'll go one pack for you, one pack for me, and then we've got a third pack that we'll give away.
Yeah.
Um, depending on who has the better pack out of the two of us. So, I haven't thought this through. It's been a long night.
It
All
has.
right, let's see who have we got here. This can be your pack. Um,
Yeah.
starting off with a Alanga, uh, Bakwa, Cook, Doy,
Fingers crossed for Ryan.
Gibbs White. Ooh, got a platter here of Ronaldo.
Renildo.
Ooh, another plat of Johnny Stones.
Stones.
Yeah, probably the least useful card. He's injured to the end of the season, I think, isn't he? And he's probably not going to be at City next season.
It'd be
Is
interesting to see where he goes because I think he'll be a good game day squad player when he does play.
yeah, if he's, I mean, I assume he'll stay in the Premier League because
Yeah.
English players don't tend to leave that often. So,
Mm,
not the best pack, but a couple of interesting picks, you could say.
yeah.
All right, open up my pack here. Oh, there we go. Gross. This could be a
Gross.
nice
Yeah.
little pick for my classic side. Uh, ooh, Vandenberg as well. Nice. Cherky, interesting pick.
Cherokee.
I just don't know if I trust him.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's always the thing with him and any of the City players bar Haaland and Semenyo.
Bueno, bad.
Yeah, pretty good back,
Yeah, like a
especially for this
lot of
game week.
plays. Yeah, a lot of players we mentioned there, so that's handy. And we'll open the last pack. So this pack will give away. I will, when my brain is working a bit better and I've edited this, I will come up with some kind of mechanism to be able to give this away based on the comments. So I will leave that in the video somewhere. You will know how you can win this pack. I just can't think of how it's going to happen now. So this is great viewing, I'm sure. But let's just get it open so we can go to bed. Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So starting up, we've got Pino. We have Muniz. The Thiago. Nice one. have a Kovacic, have a Kusi Asar, have a Casado, have a Collins, be right, have a Johnson, and finally we have a Xerxes.
Let's see.
Not the best pack again. So if you would prefer, you can probably have my pack to be honest.
Hmm.
But what we'll do, we'll leave it there. It's been a while. I feel like I've been out of touch, but it's been fun. It's been good chatting EPL again. So thank you for jumping on again, Zonald. Thank you for showing us the Zonator. I assume that's not for sale.
That's
I
all
assume
right.
that's a private thing that or
Yeah,
maybe
private for
down
now.
down the track it'll be a commercial purchase. You'll be selling that to big companies. But
Uh,
anyway, best of luck. Remember, first game is Saturday morning early, so make sure you have your side set Friday night, unless you want to get up. And it's only the one game that we have, which is the relegation game, the West Ham Wolves game.
yeah,
So probably not the most useful one, but regardless, uh, always good to have as much information as possible. So thank you for watching. Best of luck to everyone. Good luck in the cup if you're in there, and we'll see you next week.
tune in next week for the double game weeks and blanks.
Yep. See how the Zonator handles the double game weeks. Interesting. Gonna have to frantically work that out. Nice.
Yeah.